Hey everybody, what's up? I'm gonna get straight to the point, even though it's been a long time no see. It's been a while since I actually sat in front of a camera and did something. So, straight to the point, a while ago, my Target did some sort of contest where, it was like, oh, who walks the most in the store? So I was like, pass up on it. I had some other stuff I had to do. Now I didn't want to, but I kind of had to go and do some work. So, regardless, they did that. I can't remember who won. I'm sure at least one person picked it up. And they all claimed it was going to be a card attendant who walked the most. And I figured, even though card attendants do walk a lot, I think, back room, which is what I am. I work in the back. Figured, back room workers walked a hell of a lot too. So recently, since I always need something to occupy my time, as you can probably tell, between work, school, the two YouTube channels, which one gets a lot of attention, one kind of gets attention when it feels like it, and I'm playing Xbox and staying up too late for my own good and, going out with friends and stuff. I usually need to be occupied with something, except for the few hours of downtime. So, figured I'd do a little project, and what better time than now? Basically, I got a pedometer and started documenting how many steps I took at work a day the week before Black Friday. Which, if you don't know what Black Friday is, it's basically it starts off the Christmas shopping season for most people. That's when a lot of the deals are. When they start to begin, and those 2 days after Thanksgiving you get some pretty massive deals. So Black Friday is the Friday after Thanksgiving when all these deals start, and I'm gonna do the week before Black Friday, the week of Black Friday, the week after Black Friday, and then the week after that, which is really, is that 2 weeks before Christmas, or is that a week before Christmas? I can't remember. It'll be closer to Christmas. I think it's actually 2 weeks before Christmas, but I should check, but I'm not. So anyway, you might be surprised at how much I'm walking, and this week's probably going to be the lowest week. For one, it's the week before Black Friday, which is when business is going to spike. Also, I bought a new pedometer midway through this week, which is more accurate, and the numbers jumped a little. So I'm going to do this for at least a month, and then I'm probably just going to record stuff on my own after that, and maybe I'll do like a 1 year video. Like, hey, look, this is how much I walked in a year. If I'm, still working there in a year, if I'm still alive in a year, if I'm still doing this in a year, but we'll see how that goes. So anyway, I'm going to share with you the results of this week, because this week started on Monday. I mean, I didn't have work Sunday, so it started on Monday and it ended today, which was Saturday. So I'm going to show you some of these results that I got so far. I'm going to try and list as many specific things about the day that may or may not have affected my walking. So I'm going to explain some terminology that I would use at Target, and if I don't explain something because I use it usually so often that I don't realize it, then if you just want to leave a comment and I'll explain it later. Basically, the things that I have to explain this time would be a truck. Basically, a truck day is when a truck comes in, and some of these are self-explanatory, but I'm sure some people would be like, what? Usually the truck is received by the early morning team and a flow team. That's usually not me, but it generally is busier those days for me regardless. So truck day is what that is. Non-truck day is a day we don't get a truck, which doesn't really need to be explained. A guest request is basically, I guess I should explain what a guest is first. A guest is basically a customer. It's Target's definition of a customer. It's just the word they use. That's Target. I have nothing to do with that. They call it a guest. And a guest request would basically be if a customer comes in and wants something but can't find it on the floor, which is the sales floor, which is where you would shop, they would ask me, who's in the back, to look for it in the back. That's what a guest request is. It's basically an empty spot on the floor that someone's looking for and they want me to see if that we have it. A call off is when someone calls off of work, they don't show up, or I'll basically just call it a call off no matter what. It's when someone doesn't show up. And that is pretty much it for the terminology this time. Let's jump into the actual statistics. Monday, I worked. See, that's 11:16 Monday. I worked 1:30 to 8, which is 6.5 hours. The random thing for this week, there was a lot of guest requests for this day, I should say. For some reason, there was a lot of requests. I was bugged a lot. Basically, this was the old pedometer. 3 days was the old pedometer, and 2 days was the new one. So
This is the old pedometer, which wasn't as accurate. This day, it pretty much registered that I walked 15,982 steps. The next day I worked, which was Tuesday, it was the 17th of November. I worked from 9 to 3:30, 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Actually, Monday was a truck day. I forgot to mention that. Monday was a truck day. Tuesday is a non-truck day. So I worked 6.5 hours on a non-truck day. Nothing went random. There was no really big anomaly that day. That day I walked a paltry 11,371, which is the lowest day, and it's probably going to be the lowest day of the month. So that day was 11,371. Nothing really special to write home about that happened on that day. Wednesday was 11/18, which was the next day I worked. I worked 3 days in a row. That kind of sucked. But now I have to work 4 days in a row this week. Guess I can't complain too much. That was the 18th. I worked 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Just 7.5 hours. It was a truck day, but we were supposed to get a double truck, which was canceled. So we had more people to deal with it. So it was less work than I should have had because of it, because it was supposed to be 2 trucks or a truck and a half, something like that. Basically, a double truck is receiving 2 trucks. It's pretty self-explanatory. But this day, I walked 17,053 steps, this is the last day I used the old pedometer. After this day, it's going to be a new, more accurate one. So on the 18th, I walked 17,053 steps. That's pretty ridiculous. Actually, I had Thursday off, and the next day I worked was Friday, which is 11/20, November 20th. I worked 9 to 4:30 again, 7.5 hours. It was a truck day again. We have trucks 4 days a week, so most of the days I work are truck days. The anomaly for this is one person in early morning called off, and this was also the day that I got the new pedometer. When someone calls off for the early morning team, it puts a lot more work on them, and it's also going to slow me up a little bit because there's going to be a bunch of crap in my way that might have been getting worked on, but it's not because they're missing a guy. So there was a little bit of a boost in steps here. I walked 22,120, which is the first one over 20,000. So 22,120. I think I said 30. I don't remember, but it's actually 22,120 on Friday. And that pretty much brings us to the last day of the week that I worked, which was Saturday. Today, 11/21. I hope that's the day today. Yeah, that's the day today. Alright, I'm probably going to get one of these dates wrong at some point and look like an idiot. I worked probably one of the worst shift times that is available. And I always have to work these on the weekend, and it sucks. I work 12 to 8. 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. and it really blows. It's the entire day is gone. And I couldn't even leave at 8 because there was a ton of work left over. The anomaly for this day was that 2 early morning people left early, which kind of sucks. They had to leave early, so one had to leave early so he wouldn't go into overtime, which is over 40 hours in 1 week, and one left because he had a party to go to, which, yeah, thanks a lot, guy. So in reality, I worked 12 to 9:15, which is 9 hours and 15 minutes of great, awesome walking fun. It was a truck day. Saturday is a truck day. Basically, our truck days are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Conveniently, I work all of those days now. Actually, I do, because I work Friday. Anyway, today, in 9 hours and 15 minutes, I walked 37,013 steps, which is probably going to be one of the higher ones, I think. I'm pretty sure that this day, because of the time spent, is going to be one of the higher days. I think, actually, the highest day is probably going to be Black Friday or the Saturday right after that, which is affectionately called Brown Saturday, which should be great. But I'm going to guess Black Friday I'm going to walk the most. I might. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of people there, so I might have to walk a little bit less. But 37,013 steps in a 9 hour and 15 minute period. It really sucked, and I am really tired today. So let's end this up.
So if I look tired or sound tired, you now know why, because Saturday, that day I walked that many steps, which is a lot, for me at least. You might walk more, you might walk less, but to me it's a lot. That was today, and I got home at 9:30 something, and I should have been home at like 8:30, and it really just sucked. But I have to get some schoolwork done, and I'm doing this video. I have to be at work tomorrow, 12 to 8, and that's even a question mark. And no, actually, I have like 38 hours next week, so I can't stay that much longer. I mean, I might be able to stay an hour, but if it's another crappy day again, it's gonna suck. So even if you think these videos are stupid, it's kind of like a vlog type thing where it's just useless crap anyway on the internet, so I guess you can't be really that mad, but anyway, I'm going to make videos on this once a week for a month at least, so that'd be about 4 videos, depending on if people get bored of it or not. Then I'll probably stop making them and then just track it myself and maybe give like a 6-month update or a monthly update or like a 1-year update. If I'm even doing it for that long, because a year is a long time, but it comes quicker than you think. So anyway, that's it for this time. Let's see how much I walk next week. It's going to be more. I have a little bit more hours next week, so see you next time.